Hey everybody, Hunter Jackson here with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. So it's always amazing me when people come to me and I've had the same exact conversation with myself, with my wife. And kind of the scenario I'm about to show you is what we were living for the better part of our married lives. A ton of debt, always made our payments on time, had decent credit, but because of the debt, it was a little bit lower than we wanted. But through a refinance, honestly, a refinance going at a higher rate, we were able to take cash out of our house and pay everything off. And, it's kind of outstanding not having any debt other than your house. So I got what we call a total cost analysis. You're going to hear me call it TCA throughout here. And this is something we do for, most of our customers whenever it warrants. And we go over the entire way that your loan's going to look and also what it's going to do for you in the future. So, as you see, we have disclaimers and everything up here. But, this is taking a house at a lower interest rate, as you can see right here, and then, quite frankly, paying it off, but paying off a ton of debt as well. In this scenario, I used one that I just did. These poor people had, about $4,000, $5,000 a month worth of debt. So as you can see right there, so their total outgo flow was $6,558 a month. Now they had a little bit lower payment on their house. It was nice. It was everything like that. But guess what? During this time, their property value has gone up a good bit from wherever they bought it. So we're going to be able to leverage the difference in the house or the difference in the cost of the house from wherever they bought it to what it's worth now and pay off all that debt. So we only owe $264,000 on the house. It's worth about $422,000 on the house. Their old interest rate was 3.5%. New interest rate, they've gone up a little bit. Yeah, 4%. But what we're going to do is we're going to take out some money. As you can see, we're going to pay off a ton of debt and take their monthly payment from $6,558, including all that debt, down to about $1,629. We're also give them $1,000 whenever they leave closing. This includes closing costs and everything like that. Let's take a look a little bit more in depth. So the way that their debt was set up, they had about 50 grand worth of credit card debt, 20 grand on a personal loan, a home equity line of credit. Really, if you remember that commercial from the 90s, they were up to debt to their eyeballs. So what we're going to do, take all that together, put it in for a $373,000 mortgage. So currently, before we pay all that off, it's going to take them 29 years or so to get rid of all their debt and $188,000 of interest. That's not including any of the principal. That's interest only. With the new way that we're going to do it, even though that we're at a slightly higher rate over 30 years, they're only going to pay about $133,000 in interest. We're saving them about 54 grand doing it this way. But more importantly, we're taking that $6,558 a month that they were paying. Now they're going to be paying about $1,630 a month. Now you see all this interest up here. What if they took a good chunk of that, an extra $2,000 a month, and paid that principal down on the house? Be even less interest over the long term. So you know me, I always talk short-term scenarios because let's be honest, nobody lives in their house for 30 years anymore. So originally, yes, their monthly payment was about $1,364, and then they had mortgage insurance and all those things right there. Now we're able to refinance it, get rid of the mortgage insurance, and roll in all that debt. So we're looking at about $1,263 a month right there. But we're getting rid of most of this credit card debt, most of this car debt, all those things like that. You can see we left a little bit on there because that's what we did with these customers. These are real world numbers. So short-term, debt and net interest and everything like that, they're going to pay about $84,000 and all that. We're at about 50 grand now. So it's a totally beautiful thing right there. Just kind of give you an idea of how this kind of breaks out payment-wise. We are really looking at about a $1,263 a month payment and saving tons and tons of money. So I guess my main question is, what could you do with an extra $5,000 a month? Instead of that going towards revolving debt, card debt, all those things like that. Give me a shout. My name is Hunter Jackson with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. 803-609-5214 is my number. I would love to show you how we can do this for you, just like we've done it for several other people. Thank you so much.